She waited for him by the sea, adorned in her finest jewelry and dressed in her whitest funeral gown. Her smile was as pure as water. Maybe it had all been a wonderful dream. Maybe if she closed her eyes, she would fall back to sleep. Hope kept her thinking that this sinking feeling in her heart wasn't what it seemed. So deep in her own misery, she almost missed it. That tiny glint in the sky just after twilight that signaled the return of her angel without wings. His touch was as cold and familiar as she remembered. The sudden spark of hope held her spellbound, as if he were a spellcaster and she was an apprentice. The guardian ring he had given her sparkled with the faintest hint of sadness. He had saved her life and filled her with light. Together they had become dream chasers in a world afraid to dream. Their spell of togetherness and happiness had been poisoned by the serpent's bite. She could feel the corruption spreading through her veins. It tainted her skin with its venomous mark of decay. The pain was worse than being burned at the stake. Fighting against the tide of emptiness and darkness. It was hard, fighting to be here with him in the moment. Fighting until finally eternal rest freed her mind and lifted her burdens like a pair of wings. He closed her eyelids and formed the symbol of the Holy Cross with his hand. His skin shimmered in the starlight, as all guardian angels do when sadness overtook them. He watched helplessly as her soul scattered like stardust into the wind. He had served his God, the Lord God, faithfully for so long. All these years, all these tears, all for it to end this way. He stood and cursed him for the betrayal. His voice crashed across the sea like a strong current. How could God allow her life to be taken just because love between an angel and a mortal was forbidden? How could he turn his back on a cure? The renegade angel clenched his fist and made a vow to not only always remember her, but to find a way to avenge her death. "Roxanne, my departed, I'll make them pay."